So I thought that I'd try to tell some jokes to the nature. You know, I was like, animals don't get to experience stand-up comedy nearly as enough as humans do, or perhaps they do. Maybe they're in their own little worlds, and maybe they actually have some of their own each, like, comedians that each of the animals are like, yo, dude, those freaking, you know, deer are hilarious, and like we just wouldn't have known it. Kind of just whatever you could imagine. But here, let me try to see. There's also a couple of rocks over here that I think I would like to try to climb, if I'm being truthful, which I am. It seemed like my last video was just like a little too serious and genuine and vulnerable, which was cool for what it was. Basically, I like, you know, doing videos that do show a lot of my personal self, because that is harder for me to hide from people. A lot of times I'm more jokey, a lot of, you know, oh, well, you know, sort of not really playing a character, but like, you know, embracing the more goofy side, because that's easier to communicate with.
But it's harder to communicate with than when there's a camera involved and I'm just alone. Basically, I think because I feed off energy, and if I have to create my own, a lot of times that goes into music. If I'm chilling alone, it's like,
I'm thinking the area around that is enough for it to sort of hover, because it kind of like shifts in place and does its own little thing. So then I think I'll just kind of try to navigate over yonder, and then, ooh, how did you freaking... Dude, there was like a 4-foot radius around this shit, and then it finds like a little branch over here, and it's like, uh-oh, can I hit this? And it's above rocks, so I'm going to be cautious and make sure it doesn't fall. Okay. It's kind of cool how it shifts. Oh, all these leaves falling is really nice scenery, too. I paid the trees to really sprinkle some in. I was like, hey, man, do you mind? And it's weird that they do take paper money, because paper comes from trees. So they were like, okay, thank you. And they just kind of like absorbed it back into the leaves. So that's why they were so okay with the bribe. They were like, this has no value in my world, but I can convert it then into money. And also, basically, I was just pondering if the animals view the squirrels as like humans view Steve-O, or like stuntmen in general, just them bouncing around. It's like, hey, anybody want to check out this, you know, me jump from this tree into this other tree and then, you know, eat these acorns. And I guess acorns would be the drugs in this scenario. No, Steve-O's clean. And maybe, I mean, I've seen videos of like squirrels on like some fermented fruit, like kind of like lollygagging around. So maybe like, you know, it does sort of apply, but they just seem like stunt people. Like, who does what they do? I've seen a turtle freaking drop down from a tree like 40 feet up and then just like keep walking and like, and that's because they got the surface area. And actually, the more I think about it, the more I rationalize and compare and contrast, Steve-O doesn't have like webbed arms, and he can't really like, but that's what wingsuits are. Maybe wingsuits are to squirrels what humans are to the Steve-O stunt. Okay, I think I'm analyzing it too much. Comedy's meant to be, you know, sort of simple. Let's see if we can. I've been kind of standing clear, keeping it, you know, the distance, kind of because it's a little bit loud, and I think I'd be able to pick it up on the microphone. Animals are just so neat. They're all just kind of doing literally just their own thing, and just, you know, it's like, because yes, I do believe that they can somewhat understand us. Maybe I think they have just like a vibe meter when they see humans, and then like around like the ring, maybe it's like different color, like auras. Maybe auras are a real thing, and then some people are more in tune with the animal world, but like they perceive it as like a spatial, like outer space thing. They're like, oh, I sense auras because I'm like into astrology, but maybe they're just really into animals, you know, and they're just like kind of not really accepting of the fact of how much. And again, maybe whoop, little one of those. All nonsense. And also maybe just perhaps just possibly I should have like prepared more funny things actually to say, but also this is no pressure, man. I just, again, like I say in the previous video, I wanted to start posting more videos in general, whatever. So it may be, you know, so don't try to start, you know, perceiving and, you know, imagine, oh no, he's gonna make comedy videos after this one dumb little, you know, a little showcase of just, yeah, man, I hear that too. That dude freaking like, I was noticing in the previous one, I do notice that some of the like camera movements, I was just going too fast. Like I can go real slow and angle it down, but then it's hard to like also position it into camera, just so it isn't like so, you know, the last one, it was dang near the ping pong. My last video was dang near like the ping pong of like the drone clips, just because it was like so back and forth. But it's supposed to be, drone operating is supposed to be swimming. You're supposed to be fluid with it, and like as if like a shark had a GoPro. You're just supposed to be like, oh, you know, just navigating and not just so, you know, like that is just a little, if I'm being truthful, which which truthfully, why would I be anything other than truthful? That's all I know how is to be. And I know sometimes with these animal talks, I'm like, is that cliche? Because sometimes I truly see an ant and I'm like, bro, that dude is on a mission and a journey of a lifetime. That guy, that little ant just crossing on the pavement, he's hearing like indie music in his brain, and he's in like a freaking 2000s summer flick, and he's like, oh, I got this grain of sand that I'm gonna give to this other little lady ant, you know, and she's gonna then fall for a different bully ant who, like a red ant or something, who like bites her and stuff. That's who that beautiful queen ant is gonna fall for. And then the dude bringing her like the type of like little sugar cubes, he's like,
hey, little lady ant, I just was kind of like scrounging over there, got a little chip. Somebody left a little burrito chip or Pringles or some type of, I don't really know the logistics of the human chips world, but I think it's a chip. It's truly only a crumb, but I got this for you. And then the lady would be like,
oh, what, were you talking to me? Oh my god, I don't do chips. I'm basically like a vegan ant. Like these days, I only eat like leaves.
and then the other dude's like, but dude, we're ants. We can't even eat leaves. Actually,
the more I rationalize, I should have buffed up on my freaking animal knowledge, because I don't even know what ants eat. It would be cool if I could be accurate, because if I'm being honest, dude, then I would like... Okay, let's angle this again. Over here, buddy. And I also freaking paid a bird to film this too, man. I know I paid the trees. I'm just trying to fund the animal economy. And the animal economy, I know I gave paper to the trees, and then it was interesting because the birds actually just took nuts and acorns, as you would expect. I was like, here you go, got a bushel full of acorns. I know you can find your own. I scrounged for some like little worms for them. But then I had to pay the worms to give to the birds. Basically, what I paid to the worms was bird food. So it was kind of like this infinite cycle of, you know, providing for everything. And I think that's basically what the human world needs, is more of the barter system, you know. And I've been saying that basically my whole life before I even knew what the barter system was, you know. Okay, can I try to? I'm over here now. No, I'm just goofing around. All right. Let's see if, can I angle this towards the sun, actually? Or, like, so I'm in the light? Oh, that might even look better, won't it? The ego to film himself freaking a drone, not even having anything prepared, but just being like, I'll figure it out. I'll eventually think of things that I can say that'll be worth a while of substance, just because, okay, looking up at the sun is, like, not the move currently. Ooh. Hello. It's real nice that we just got this whole like heat lamp just always kind of there. I feel like I'm basking bacon like a freaking lizard in the desert, bro. I'm just kind of, you know. And what about them little dudes? Like, okay, you're just gonna be a snake but grow feet and then be kind to humans instead of, you know, this little menace? Okay, lizard, I guess that's cool. Actually, the more I think about it, I couldn't be more pro lizard. There's nothing, it's a good animal. And I'm sure there was like a generic lizard that they called Liz, and then they were like, oh, this one's a little bit lizard, lizard, like as if it was more Liz, so it's Liz-er, but then I don't know where the D would come from. Like, I'm not gonna analyze every joke, you know. I'm just, you know, here's one word, here's another word, let's throw it into the little pile. It's like all these are just leaves of words. It's like each tree does have, I looked it up before, about 300,000 leaves, or one. It's like the range of it, like a big tree has like 200,000. So now I'm thinking, well, gosh dang, could I make that funny? And by golly, it's evident that it's not possible. There's no joke to be made about leaves, and that's dang sure. Okay, let's see if we can, on the move. Not even sure if this has been recording audio. Oh, that's a steep drop. Why would I go that way? I do not want to, when there's just such like an easier route. And that's on, you know. Okay. Whew, slick with it. That felt like it was going to be much lengthier of a drop, but it was actually very simple to navigate. But perhaps just because I'm skilled human. Okay. Bro, get away from me. Oh my gosh, leave me alone, dude. Give me some space. Hey, drone, I think I just need some space, man. And I'm sorry. I know we've been having a good time, but I think you just got to back up a little bit. Okay, I just need a little bit of space, you know. An astronomer breaking up with the girlfriend, I guess. I just need a little space. I just want to lean into thinking about space a little bit more. I just need a lot of space, actually. I need all of the space that there is. So that's that. Again, these are just off dome, like Sandy's house. But it's interesting because that line there was off dome in a freestyle from like a TikTok video, but now it's like if you reference something that was once off dome, is it still off dome? Like, what's the length of time period once the words are off the dome, then until it's not off dome, so I guess in dome, like saying the words, does that mean like, oh, I'm getting this off my dome in the moment? And these are good questions that everybody's asking around me. Like, I go to the cashier, I say hello, I go to the cashier, and what am I buying? I'm buying a big old mixing bowl, right? So it looks like a dome. Classically, you know, they respond, oh, you know, is this off dome? You know, the words you say, is this off dome? And then like starts pointing to the freaking mixing bowl, and then like, ooh, if it's off dome, after you say it, is it in dome? Is it in dome? Is the opposite of off dome in dome? And then is it like the mixing bowl, like you're cooking something, but then you're cooking up just a bad joke, and then you say it, and then it's off dome. So off dome is like you're not cooking something because you're not mixing anything in the bowl of it all. That's every freaking time I go to a store, somebody says that to me, and I'm like, leave me alone. I don't know the answers, and I don't claim to. I've never once said, hey, I know what's the difference between off dome and in dome. It's just not in my wheelhouse of what I'm skilled at, which is okay, because everybody's got their own specific set of like skills and such of the sorts of assortments of okay. Oh, and I did film something here at this like little log, but I guess it was vertical, which means that it doesn't exist in the landscape. Because I think this might be a YouTube video again, because that's what started me wanting to like talk about this or like try to be jokey, is because like I could only when working on the previous video, after I put something out, I can't really watch it anymore. But like the whole time I'm working, I was like, bro, this doesn't have much like comedy. The initial like element of what I wanted it to be was like half serious, half comedy, but then it got by golly darn it, it was just all just serious, and then there wasn't really much much hee-hees and much ha-has, well, personally I could find some, because I can think that something is like ironically funny, or if there's like layers to the meta that I'm like, oh, this is ironic funny because it's not even funny. But like sometimes the awkward comedy is what I enjoy, and sometimes the goofy comedy is what I enjoy. So I guess I just kind of try to figure it out. Everybody's just some hodgepodge of all their influences. Only problems is when you got too many influences, then you're mixing up too many things, and it's like, bro, have you ever tried to blend like salt and sweet and spice and like infinite foods into one mixture? The food's not going to be good. I got to limit my influences. I got to just be like, okay, here's 3 artists for the week. That's the influence for this week. But no, I love YouTube too much, and I've been stacking up these subscriptions since by golly the day I was born, and then by now I just have millions of people that I have kept up with and truly enjoy their unique perspective. Sometimes I watch some more or less. I don't keep up with every single subscription. That would be ridiculous, and nobody has time for all that. But somebody does have time to, at the end of the day, spend about 2 or 3 hours, average. I would say 2 hours average, because some days it's like only 1 or less, and some days it's perhaps more than 2, but like, sue me? Like, okay, sue me, YouTube. Oh, I'm watching your videos. Okay, actually, you should opposite of sue me. You should pay me. I'm giving your advertisers freaking viewpoints, your precious little viewpoints. That's what I'm giving. On every day, unprompted. Nobody's paying me to. I'm just giving you all these little advertiser points. Ooh, I'll watch this little ad. Psych, I'm looking away when it plays, You can't tell me you can't force me to watch an ad. Look, I don't want them to hear. Also, YouTube. Oh, wait, I'm over here, dude. I don't want you to hear that and actually start like coming out of my phone and then being like, watch this ad, and then quiz me on the ad before I can skip it. It's like, so how many grams of sodium does Dr. Pepper have? You gotta answer this real quick. That would be beneficial because you could learn things, actually. I'm okay with that. The more I think about it, I freaking love trivia. So I say freaking sign me up. Sign me up for YouTube Premium. YouTube Trivium. Right? Freaking got him, dude. YouTube Yellow, because there's YouTube Red. YouTube another color. I don't really know if any of this has been entertaining or funny. Actually, the more I think about it, I should check if this has even been recording at all. Which would be okay if not, because Oh, thank goodness. That's like 20 minutes of ramblings. Bro, I got work in a little bit. I'm hoping that I can... Oh, it's 12 o'clock exactly. I'm hoping that I can edit this. I just got to leave at 12:30. So then I can get to work at 1. And I guess that's the game plan. Oh, low battery. Okay, that means I'm landing. Okay, I guess that's the end of this. Hopefully this was cool. I don't know. Okay, I got to land it though. And I guess I'll land it now. And I'll just keep on following. And you know I got that alternate battery on deck. That backup. You know that I didn't just charge another battery in the freaking wilderness. You know that your boy stays stocked with them batteries, you know? Okay, fine. I waited until there was lightning. And then I captured it in a bottle. And then I put the battery in the bottle. Swirled it all up. This was actually the stick that I used. I did one of these. Mixins up. And then by golly, it charged. And then I'm grateful. And that is what had happened. And if I'm being truthful, if I'm being 100% truthful, I don't think there was a single person who believed that I captured lightning, but I was going to clarify that I didn't actually do that. I did just have another spare backup, the original thing that I said, and then I tried to get ridiculous with it, tried to add a little sprinkle, a little, ooh, what's that? Ooh, a little bit of whoop, a little bit of ah, you know? Okay, let me see if I can take off here where it's at. Oh, and then I just realized that the audio didn't record for the past little bit, which is okay. It was just ramblings, but I do kind of want to say what I was saying because I thought it was funny. I'm just going to act like I didn't, like that part of it didn't just vanish from the ether of the audio world. Basically what I was saying, I built up to it eventually. It took me a while to think of the phrase of it, but now I have all the ingredients. Now I can just throw it, dish it out to you, and it will seem a little bit less, impromptu. But it was impromptu a little bit ago, but basically I was saying, yo, hold up. I was like, what is comedy? I was like, hold on, scratching my little noodle. I was like, hang on, what's comedy? I was like, ooh, let me get my thinking stick. What's comedy all about? And I was like, bro, it's just kind of like sweet tea. And that's like, basically, the comedy as a form is sweet tea because it's sweet and you can have it whenever, even at night or the morning, basically just whenever you dang so please. That's what comedy is because it's sweet tea. But making it, like I was thinking analyzing it because I started analyzing joke. It was a previous thing. I forgot what it was, but it didn't matter because it was previous. Basically, it was like, oh, if you're analyzing the comedy too much, well, then you're extracting the sweet tea and you're just making it water. And all that life is in, like, seriousness is just like the water because it's like the base elements of everything that everything is built around, But the comedy adds like a little bit of something to the life because there's always realness in the comedy. You just got to sprinkle it in. You just have to find the right mixture of sweet tea particles so that it can be good, but not overwhelming, And sure, you can go ferment that if you want to freaking make some kombucha type comedy, which I guess would be like maybe like a movie or like a comedy movie. That seems fermented because it has time into it, and this type of comedy does have time. No, but I'm improving, so it's not the same thing as stand-up comedy, but stand-up comedy is what I'm thinking. Okay. Maybe if I just keep on moving along, then I can keep on moving along with the train of thought. Maybe if I keep on moving my little feet, maybe if I keep on moving this way, then it'll feel like things are happening and not just... Okay, well, here we are. Oh, wait, do you see me? I'm over here. You can get a little closer. I was kind of kidding earlier about all the... But dude, now I was thinking what was previous to if I didn't capture when I was talking about the spare battery thing. Basically what I was saying was like, whoa. That is so funny. He says, whoa. He's sliding all over the place. Gosh dang. Okay, back up here. Not that it really matters. But basically, it was like, oh, I had the other battery. That was what started. And then I was saying, oh, I captured the lightning. And I was saying, oh, I don't think anybody believed that I actually captured the lightning. Unless they did, but that's the comedy, the jokey. Then when I be too jokey, when I'm too hee hee ha ha, then when I'm serioso, then I'm like, oh, where's the line? Because there was a leaf on the drone. That was some of the... I don't want to just be recapturing. I want to be telling new things. Okay.
So, pine tree. Hey, Chris. Is this Chris Pine? Okay, let's see. Pine. You got the pine needles. Also sewing needles. Comedy's about just combining things. There's also the space needle in Seattle. If you sew the threads between all of these different needles, then what do you got? You also tattoo permanent. I put the pine tree needle, and then I tattoo my skin a picture of the space needle, and then I sew.
All right, I think this is going down. I think there might be moments that I can capture out of this that were something, but then I'm gonna be cutting the nothing. There was probably some more rambles here throughout. By golly, you could imagine so that I've said a couple more things that I was like, okay, that was a little too silly, a little too wacky, and just a little bit too no thank you if you okay. There was just that tree. I'll navigate around it. See, look, all you got to do is just gentle movements. This just turns into a practice exercise of me trying to like learn how to fly a drone for real. Because especially when you're alone, you just gotta like, because I want to start filming it with actual other people and like make like music video type stuff. I have some stuff in the works, some stuff in the plan, some stuff in the foyer, and I'm still over here in the kitchen cooking up. You know, there's stuff in the foyer, there's a box waiting and preparing, you know, somebody's cooking in the other kitchen, there's this other room in the house of which my life is, and this is just in the kitchen. I'm just in the kitchen. Oh, see those jerky movements. Oh, earlier I could have said that, you know, the back and forth movements is actually kind of like a squirrel. It's like, you know, from tree to tree, here we go. Okay, and I don't mean to, sorry to the drone who now has to keep on, you know, jumping back and forth. It's like, geez, give me a break. You know, it's like, whew, I'm doing the best I can. You ain't got to be tossing me around in the air like this. Just kidding. That's what they're made for. Alrighty, bro. I don't know what I'm saying. I just wanted like a more official outro. Then I think, because I was thrown so off when the battery went low, and I don't want it to happen again, because then I'm going to get scattered and flustered by the beeping again, because I'm just a itsy little baby boy. But like, also at the end of the day, man, there was other things I wanted to say. Even in the previous video, cut a lot of lines. Then, you know, it's like, you look back and you're like, oh, does that make sense? Those storylines. Because I just realized I don't really want to keep on talking about like ex-girlfriends and stuff, because it's from like a year ago, but like, you know, classic sentimental dude, you know, still just, you know, sue me, you know, I have feelings and such, you know. It's like, geez, look at this dude with, you know, feelings and, you know, real thoughts and emotions and sorts of stuff that, you know, there's just no joke for heartbreak, you know. Just kidding, there's plenty of them. Google them. I'm not gonna say any more because, you know, it's all good, you know. I'm freaking chilling. I don't even. And the thing is, like, in my, like, the truest form of my mind, I know that, like, it's just not meant to be, but like also it's hilarious how at the same point the brain can try to tell itself, but actually what if the brain, this is the brain, it says what if the brain goes like the brain's like, hey yo, psst, yo, I know you've been like not thinking about, like, you know, this is the brain to the one part of the brain to the other part of the brain. It says, hey yo, I know you've been like, you know, chilling and like doing okay mentally and such and like having good times, but like, ooh, what if for just a quick second you just thought about, ooh, maybe the past relationship that made you real sad and like you tried your best, but like then you realize afterwards that like your best actually wasn't that good at all, and you just could have been a better, more thoughtful, you know, human in the exchange of what, you know. But that's just what the one part says, and none of it's real, but it's all real. Well, alrighty. Could I try to, maybe I can just at this point try to just keep getting more whatever angles that I haven't gotten yet. Could that be cool? Could that be all right with you? Shake your head yes if that's okay with you. But all right, say no more. Let's go over here. Oh, there's some berries to your right. You know, here I am over here now. You know, in a part that's the same part that I've been at. It's just the same location, obviously. That'd be ridiculous if there were different locations that had like, oh, why you looking? Oh, I'm up here. Just kidding. I'm just goofing with you. Okay, hey, yo, don't look at me like that, bro. I'm just goofing with you. Okay. But for real, the truth of the matter is, like I said earlier, I think I do have to go to work here in a little bit. So I think now I can just kind of just fade away. I guess I'll just fly away slowly. Maybe that's the move. It's just like, oh, I'll see you later. You know, I'll be here. I'll be over here. You know, and I'm gonna be right over here. Not even completely sure if still in frame, because I'm looking at the drone, just trying to look over there, and I'll be over here. How do you still hear me? You know, just kidding. Talking through the microphone on my phone. You know that. I don't have to spell that out for you. Okay, where am I going now? I think I was trying to see if I can go up. Yep, there we go. All right, well, I'll see you later. Catch you around. I'll be over here. Okay, now I do have to navigate this back though. Okay, find some solid landing ground. Ooh, through the trees. Okay, dangerous. see, I can fly a drone without freaking like crashing it into anything for an extended period of time. This was good practice and it was good improvisational practice, but now I'm gonna land this thing and call this a day, okay? And I'll probably edit this at work for real. So then I can get paid to create just like all of us want to try to do, you know? You can sometimes feel so acquired, like you got all your things together, but still feel so flustered and insufficient at the same time. And that's the beauty of life, is the balance of feeling good and bad, because nothing would be anything without the counterbalance of it all. You gotta feel this to feel that. And that's, okay, shut up, dude.